Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of the Prompt Engineering course for beginners. In today's lecture, we will be covering a very valuable topic that will enhance your understanding of how to utilize prompts while using and utilizing the best possible features of these AI tools. One of the concept is known as atomic prompting. Uh, Before we proceed, what is atomic prompting? Let's first understand what story we will be covering because my aim is to help you understand these concepts with specific use cases that will broaden your way of understanding these particular concepts. Let's say there is a person named Mr. James. Mr. James is actually a retired school teacher with 30 years of experience. The goal, what does Mr. James want to solve? Actually, he wants to write a children's book about the brave little ant. So now, after retirement, he's thinking about writing a story book for children, and he have heard about these magical AI tools. So he wants to leverage their features to write a story book. Now, the mistake which he commits is that he asks the AI a very simple prompt, and we can call it information dump. Like he asks it to write a 10-chapter book about brave ant, give me ideas for pictures on every page, and tell me how to publish it on Amazon. Now, just pause this video for a moment and just look at this prompt. And what do you think is the problem with this kind of prompt? Okay, so if you have paused and think about it, you will have realized like this prompt is actually combining several different stages in one single prompt. And due to this thing, the AI will give a very short, rushed story because you are asking a lot of things in one single prompt. And Mr. James, in result, will feel disappointed because the result will not be of that level to which he was expecting it. Now, let's understand this with an example why such kind of dumping information in one single prompt is a problem. So we will help to understand this with something related to food because food is something that everyone likes almost. The wrong way is like if you have one single utensil and you put the appetizer and then the main course and then the dessert all in one cooking pot at the same time. So when you put it all at the same time, the problem is disaster because you cannot taste the individual flavors. Of course, it will fill your belly or stomach, but the problem is you will not enjoy the taste. Why? Because you have dumped everything in one single pot at the same time. So uh, now linking it with AI, AI tools has a focus limit because if you ask for five things in a single prompt, what happens is it gives 20% effort to each. If you ask for one thing, it will give 100% effort. So this is not literally like if you evaluate this statement, technically, maybe there will be like you will say, oh, this is not correct. This is just to help the beginners understand this kind of thing in a very simplistic words. So the solution to this problem is the atomic solution. What does atomic means? The definition of atomic prompting is like, or whatever atomic is, break a big project into atoms. You have a very big project to do through AI tools. You don't do it in a single prompt. You break the project in meaningful things, which you will iterate over prompts. So what will be the atoms? The smallest possible pieces. I hope a lot of us will have come from like primary and secondary schools. So we have studied what atom is. So the smallest possible pieces. Similarly, like you can link that concept with atomic prompting. So now, based on this atomic solution, what will be the process of Mr. James for this particular task? It will be we will divide this task into multiple steps. The first step, these are like just probable solutions. There might be other solutions possible as well. So, but one of the probable solution is step one is ask for an outline of the 10 chapters. So the first and most important thing is that he must decide what the outline should be, what he will be covering in each chapter, because right now he's unclear about it. So first he will ask for the outline. Second thing is once the outline is finalized, I have missed that step, but you have to finalize it. Once you find if there are some changes, if you are not agreeing with particular chapters coming, the sequence of chapter is problematic, or the titles of the chapters are problematic, or the concept, the way you are thinking and the way you are asking AI to think is different. You need to figure it out in this step. Once that is finished, finalized, now the next step is ask to write chapter one only. Don't start writing 10 chapters in a single prompt. You will finalize the first outline. Now, second is based on that outline, ask to write it chapter one only, assuming that chapter one is a small chapter, not too lengthy, because that is also another problem. We might be covering it in coming lectures. Step three is once you are finished writing chapter one, ask for feedback on chapter one. So you also read it, evaluate it. You might critically ask for feedback from another thing. How to ask it, don't worry about that. We will be covering in upcoming lectures how to ask feedbacks in a particular way from the AI tools. So this is like very interesting concepts you might be learning. And then once this is finalized, once chapter one is finalized, the way we finalized outline, then we move to writing chapter. Then similarly, when you finalize chapter one, after feedback, after iterations, then you move to chapter two because you have already finalized one thing, and so on. So you will be finishing the book like that. What will be the benefit of this kind of approach? It is you stay in control and the quality stays high because you are now working in chunks, not as a whole. And one another benefit is that it is easier to correct. If there is any problem in any of these steps, you can pinpoint correct it without like getting frustrated. So let's say is we call it the information dump prompt for this kind of process. What it will be like? Okay, Mr. James will be saying, I want to write a children's book called The Brave Little Ant. It should have 10 chapters. Write the whole story for me now. Tell me what the picture should look like for every page because he's also working on pictures. So also included that step in this thing. And give me a list of steps on how to self-publish it on Amazon KDP. I think it means Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay, so this is like a whole new area. Just giving you a hint. So make it educational and fun. So now this is information dump because he's combining a lot of tasks in one single prompt. What will happen is the AI will likely give you a very short story, maybe two paragraphs per chapter, a few bullet points for images, and a generic five-step list for Amazon. But that it, of course, you will feel frustrated why it isn't working, and you will say, "Oh, AI tools are just rubbish." No, they are not rubbish. But you need to be careful. You need to know the way how to take leverage for any particular specific task. Because for different tasks, the way you are approaching these AI tools will be different. That's why we are covering a lot of different concepts in this prompt engineering course, because you will not be applying all those concepts on particular on every no, you will not be applying like that, but you have to know these different kind of concepts so that when there is a particular task, it will be easy for you to decide which particular concept you need to apply on for that particular tasks in order to leverage the best possible capabilities of these AI tools. Now, based on what we have covered, what will be the atomic sequence, the professional way, rather than this information dump prompt? What will be the professional way? So the professional way will be, as we discussed, step one will be the foundation. Step two will be deep dive, writing chapter one. Then third will be discussing the visuals, image prompting, and the business side, the guides. Yeah. So uh, as I said, this is not fixed solution, right? So I just gave you the idea of atomic prompting. If there are five persons in a single room, everyone will have different atomic strategy to solve a particular problem based on their own understanding. So don't take it as like some fixed guide. I'm just telling you the concept. Now let's see how it will impact in like demo. We will see how information dump prompt will result in a particular story, and then how if we iterate it through a particular process, how it will be helpful. Okay, so this is the information dump prompt. I'm using ChatGPT, and as we covered in the initial lecture, how to access this ChatGPT, you can go to chatgpt.com, or you can visit gemini.com or Grok, whatever tool you are comfortable with, you can go for it. So this is the information dump prompt. We will just see how it like outputs. Okay, so now it has like when we information dump the prompt, what happened is like it had given a lot of chapters and then there are steps, but you can see like the chapters are very, very tiny, or very summarized form. And the most like I think problematic thing for any writer is like we have no control over the outline. We don't didn't even knew what the outline was. So right now I am getting to know, okay, chapter one will be a tiny dream, the storm, a brave idea, working together, the flood stops, a new challenge. So you can see all these chapters and then very like briefly it is covering these kind of sentences in it. And then educational themes, how to self-publish on Amazon KDP. So it has mentioned the steps for that as well. Okay, so let's try it in how if we are iterating in atomic way. So in first prompt, what we are telling in I'm a retired teacher writing a children's book. So this is if you have taken the previous lecture. So in it we discussed how we have to give some context. So this is a part of context. We are telling it about ourselves. I'm a retired teacher writing a children's book called The Brave Little Ant. Before we write anything, please create a detailed 10 chapter outline. So we are asking it to first verify the 10 chapter outline. So at least I can know which chapter is representing what thing. Each chapter should have a clear lesson about courage or teamwork. Now I am modifying it. Just give me the outline for now. Okay, so now it has given us the 10 chapters outline, and you can see the chapters. Chapter 1, the tiny ant with big dreams. Introduce the main character, a small ant named Orlo. Orlo feels different, smaller and less confident than the others. He dreams of doing something brave one day. So this for each chapter, it is giving us outlines as well. Let's say in any of these chapters, you don't like any part. You can change it. You can ask it to change the thing. And how about if you make it like this way? So you can keep iterating until you finalize this outline. Now the next step, what will be the next step? We are now iterating into the next step. Okay, so now let's assume that we have finalized this outline. So the next step will be like we can tell it, let's start with chapter one, and we can ask it to write the full text for this chapter. Now, because now, right now, we are focusing on this chapter. Focus on describing the ants world from a tiny perspective. Now, here, it, my imaginative world can trigger, and I can ask it to write from a particular perspective. So you can do it in this way. So you can like give it hints or like tune it for your particular purpose. Make the grass feel like a forest. Use a warm, encouraging tone for children aged 5 to 8. Now let's see how it gives us chapter one. Now, as it finished giving us the chapter one, you can see how I will not be reading the whole chapter one, but you can see how detailed chapter one is. While in the previous one, information of you saw how it just split out all chapters because it has to finish the task that you provided. But right now it is in great depth. You can read it, you can change particular things in it, and you can keep iterating with it until you finish chapter one. Once you finish chapter one, then you proceed to chapter two, and then so on. So this way you can break down your projects or your task into small atoms, and then you can do the atomic prompting. So, but don't worry if you are still worried like how to write atomic prompts for particular purposes. At least you have learned this concept. In the next lectures, when you will be covering with a lot of different other concepts, then you can combine all such kind of concepts and you will have a very clear idea of how to write specific kind of prompts. So I hope this lecture was beneficial for you, and do give your feedback in the comment sections so that I can improve how we are moving forward. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.